Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. Let's take a look at the Forex economic calendar for today. Quite busy overnight session, Asian session, full of data releases from New Zealand. We got current account data shrinking a little bit less. In New Zealand, exports, trade balance and adjusted trade balance data both beats the expectations, so quite a bunch of good data from Japan. We have data from the UK CPI in line with the expectations, 3.8%, so nothing new here. And we are still waiting for the data from the Eurozone. Core CPI and CPI data are scheduled for release at 11 o'clock. The market participants expect this core CPI data to increase from 2% to 2.1%. During the US session, we got the major data release at 2:30 in form of the building permits and housing starts, Virgin securities purchases, and interest rate decision, interest rate statement and press conference from Canada are scheduled for release at 3:45. The market participants expect the Bank of Canada to decrease or to cut the interest rate from 2.75 to 2.50. Crude oil inventories are scheduled for release at 4:30. At the same time, cash and crude oil inventories are scheduled for release. President Joachim Nagel will give a speech at 7 o'clock. Nevertheless, the major event of the day, the key event of the day is the interest rate decision by Fed. FOMC economic projections and FOMC statement. All of this is scheduled for release at 8 o'clock. The market participants expect the Fed to cut the interest rate from 4.50 to 4.25. However, there is still 17% probability that the cut will be 50% from 4.50 to 4%. Press conference scheduled for release at 8:30, and this will be the major event of the day, and the volatility might not increase until 8 o'clock p.m. until the Fed interest rate decision. So please stay focused, stay vigilant. We are going to see how big the cut will be by Fed. Nevertheless, without any further ado, let's take a look at the charts. We start with euro dollar. For our time frame chart of the euro dollar is showing us a breakout above the recent swing high 1.1853 as expected. Local high 1.1879, and the market hits the extremely overbought conditions ahead of the Fed's interest rate decision. So our channel was almost perfect, showing us the possibilities of a bounce from the lower channel line and possible rally above the key technical resistance. Very big 4-hour time frame candle, breaking candle above the technical resistance. We can place our support levels here, 1.1789, 1.1782, but it might not be enough for the markets ahead of such a big event like interest rate decision by Fed, so widely expected. So the technicals might not play a role later on today. So please be aware of the fact that during the big announcements, big changes, fundamental changes on the markets, these technical levels might not be useful whatsoever. Only the very, very strong one and on daily, weekly and monthly time frames might bring some usefulness for the traders during the event, of course, right? Because later on they will be working yet again, more or less. So what is going on here on the euro dollar? This will be the fact that this will be the pair that will be mostly affected by the Fed interest rate decision. We already see that the traders are buying euro, selling US dollar ahead of the decision, which is quite interesting because it looks like the situation here is you know, quite ahead of the decision, right? So it's been like this since September 11, so that's 6 days ago, since the low of the September 11. So we have a market which is very well positioned for the interest rate decision ahead of the technicals, and the current conditions are extremely overbought, so we might see some sort of the profit taking paradoxically on the euro dollar, but we will see later on what will happen. Let just FOMC deliver the message to the markets. Right now, very positive positioning of the euro dollar. Market is right now moving higher, trying to get as much ground as it is possible. Right now we are looking at the 4-hour time frame chart of the cable. So the British pound again moved higher, 1.3670. This is the current swing high. This swing high was made during the extremely overbought conditions. So now the pullback is taking place. I'm just wondering, what about this trend line here? No, it's trend line is of the is of the chart. So let me just fix it very quickly. Yes, so this trend line should be located a little bit higher. So what we are going to do is we are going to move this line, and then we place the trend line here. I don't think this have any much sense to place it a little bit above. Maybe here it's okay. It's like internal trend line. You can see it's been kind of a breakout, then test, then another test, and then another test. So it's kind of a working. So maybe let's leave it like here for the moment. This alt wave B high will be now of course the technical support might not be that much important. It was violated, so it's now normal technical support, and we are going to see possible test of this level 1.3589 as we coming off the extremely overbought conditions. Eventually next target is located at 1.3786, so the outlook remains bullish. Cool off time right now for the cable. US dollar versus the Japanese yen went lower again and perfectly bounced from the 146.23, the technical support level as indicated before. So right now it looks like there is some kind of a bearish pressure on this market, and maybe we will see finally some sort of the breakout to the downside. Just recently we got this possible movement to the upside above the trend line, but we will leave this trend line here. Let me just change it to the orange color. There you go. And it looks like the pressure is quite intense. We went almost towards the extremely oversold conditions. So okay, some sort of the bounce is being expected. Local technical resistance roughly around 147, so we might see some sort of the pressure around this level. Any breakout below 146.58 is bearish, and it means that the range has finally been violated. That might happen during today's FOMC interest rate decision, so please stay focused, stay vigilant. We can see again pressure on the US dollar. That already happened. The euro dollar is going up, British pound is going up, cable is going up, USD versus the Japanese yen is going down. So what is actually US dollar index doing? Is it going down? Yes, the US dollar index is going down, is going lower. Right now on the 4-hour time frame chart, it hits the extremely oversold conditions, and this is the level of 96.53. Let me just go to the daily time frame chart to see what is going on here, because there was some kind of an important technical support. As far as I remember, it was on 96.35. so that's the technical support established on the July 1st 2020 25, so not that far not that far away from the current price. I'm just looking at this situation here, and we can see that there is clear weakness of the US dollar across the board, and that's no doubt about it. We got some extremely important technical resistance, now technical resistance levels. It used to be, of course, the support. We will mark it as the range extends to the downside. So we got this few technical resistance levels, and that might be very interesting how the bulls will react on the breakout below of this levels here. We clearly way below those levels, 97.23 up to 97.61. Extremely oversold market conditions, time for a bounce, but please expect some kind of a pressure around 97.22 already, so we can see some kind of a consolidation ahead of the interest rate decision. And now let's talk about the Bitcoin. Yet again, Bitcoin is trying to test the key short-term supply zone, 117,000, 170,500, roughly $500 zone. Very tight, very narrow. So any breakout to the upside will be considered bullish. If we take a look at the daily time frame chart, you can see from the bigger perspective that this is quite important zone, because the next target actually is located, let's say, roughly around this level here, 122,314. So that's far away from the current level, which is why it's very important for the bears to keep this level intact, to keep this level under the control. So we got another three lines, technical zone, the supply zone, very close to all-time high, and that will be another very important zone that needs to be violated for the bulls to hit the all-time high yet again. Very strong rejection last time of the all-time high, and the previous time during the previous attempt, very strong rejection as well. How this will play this time, if we ever get there, we will see very soon. For now, we go back for the 4-hour time frame chart to see what is going on here. Let me zoom in here. It looks like this market is moving inside of the channel, however, it doesn't actually looks that well. Major technical support would be 113,523. Any breakout below this level is more bearish than bullish on the Bitcoin. So please stay focused, stay vigilant. We have a very busy day ahead of us. 2 interest rate decisions by the Bank of Canada, by the Fed, so there will be volatility later on the markets. So focus and cautiousness is right now the biggest priority on the markets. That's everything for me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and